Video editing is not easy. In the past few years of me being a freelancer, I've had the opportunity to edit a lot of videos and spend countless hours in front of the screen. So much so that my lifestyle revolved around spending the majority of my time within these four walls. I was enclosed in a room all day and my passion for video editing didn't really excite me anymore. And it started to show in my work. It affected my creativity. If you're someone experiencing the same thing, let me share what I did to come out of this bubble. Does this ever happen to you? You sit in front of a desk and start editing. You open up Chrome to search for some editing resources, but you end up getting distracted and spend a few minutes or even hours looking at random things on the internet. Well, sitting in front of the desk for many hours doesn't mean that you're doing more work. That's something I wish I knew earlier. It's the productive hours that count. 4 or 5 hours of deep focused work is much more than 12 hours of distracted work. Unfortunately, as a video editor, we have to use this device, which is both useful and distracting at the same time. So I thought, how can I make it less distracting? Well, to start off, you can put your phone away. That's the most distracting device that you can ever have with you. But what about your PC? Well, the first thing that I noticed was that most of my time was spent watching YouTube, searching for tutorials, ending up watching the latest Mr. Beast video. So that was the point of distraction for me. So all I did was install this Chrome extension called Unhook, and it hides your YouTube feed completely. So problem solved, right? Well, not exactly. Another thing that used to consume the majority of my time is looking for the perfect video asset. Scrolling around different websites looking for the perfect music or sound effects to edit the video was one of the largest time-consuming factors of my editing sessions, which is when I discovered Motion Array. It is without a doubt the #1 time-saving tool for creators and video editors like me. Motion Array has every type of video asset that you might need to create a video, like video templates, stock footage, photos, music, and sound effects. Just imagine, before I had Motion Array, this entire process would take me around 2 or 3 days, and now it only takes me 2 or 3 hours. I was just mind blown with how useful this tool was for me. The best part is you can try it out for free right now. Just try editing a video using the free assets from Motion Array and you'll see what I'm talking about. So head on over to the link in the description, save yourself some time and check out Motion Array. So now that I had removed all the distractions, learned to work efficiently and saved myself a few hours, the question was, what do I do with the newfound time? This is New York Times bestseller Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon, and it is while reading this book that I came across a few lines. Just watch someone at their computer. They're so still, so immobile. You don't need a scientific study, of which there are a few, to tell you that sitting in front of a computer all day is killing you and killing your work. And honestly, that couldn't be more accurate. The human body is not in its natural happy state when you're sitting still in front of a screen. Life is out there. It's meant to be lived. Honestly, that's the difficult part about being a video editor. Chances are in this field you're going to see some days where your body hasn't received any sunlight because you're working on a tight deadline on a project. And that's just an undeniable part of being a video editor. But whenever you get free time, just try including outdoor activities like walking, jogging, or if you're a total badass, go for motorcycle rides. Quick morning ride can act as a therapy for the soul, and that in return will ultimately make you a more creative person. Because if you use all your time for creating or editing, where's the time for your brain to think of new ideas? You need to give yourself a little breathing room. You need to let yourself experience new things and give yourselves time to get bored, because that will do wonders for your creativity. It's like yin and yang. One cannot coexist without the other. You need to work, but you also need to rest. Now let's assume that you found your creative spark. Well, hold your horses, because if you're working as a freelance video editor, there are going to be different clients with different needs and you'll have to sacrifice your creativity for them. So what's the solution? Well, for me, I always kept my creative outlet. I always used to make out time for creating for myself and not only for the clients. So the solution for me was working on personal projects. So in the current world of instant gratification, video editing is something that gives you delayed gratification. You have to set up the sequence, you have to add music, you have to add sound design, you have to add VFX and do a bunch of other processes. And only then you get to see the final product. And during the entire process, you keep feeling like your work is shit and not up to the mark. But the beautiful thing about it is that it's all worth it in the end. When you get to see the fruits of your labor, when you get to see your vision come to life, it just gives you a satisfaction like nothing else in this world. And that's the beautiful part about it. So yeah, video editing, like any other creative field in this world, is not easy at all. Because if it was, everyone would be doing it.